Hey cousins, come along with me while I go to Malaysia and Singapore. Let's go! So we had a quick layover in Addis before we finally flew to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. So as soon as you walk in, to the right, I had a little makeup station and where I kept my bags and a safe and robes and other things like that. A little mini closet as well. And then to the left was the bathroom, which I was in love with. Look at this interior. There for 2 weeks and we all had our own room, which was so nice. It feels so good to be able to travel and have my own space. So now let's take a look at the bedroom. You could definitely see that they put a lot of effort into how they do their decor and making sure that you have a comfortable stay, so I really appreciated that. This room, this bed, oh, I can't even stop saying oh my goodness, because I was so amazed the entire trip, and especially by this room and everything that the Ritz was given. This was my view from my room. It was so nice at night because you could see how people were still out and about and moving around in the city. But after that crazy flight, all I wanted to do was soak and sleep. Good morning! So we got ready the next day and went down for some breakfast, and this was our view from the cafe. Now this place is somewhere that you come for a cute little date night with your boo. You know, you're all dressed out, going out for some dinner. But I can't relate. Mwah, no man. This is our waitress explaining to us what we're eating. Somehow I managed to drag my 2 African judges into this traditional Chinese restaurant. The calm few days before we decided to take a quick trip to Singapore, it was only about 4 hours away, so we decided why not? 2 countries, let's do it. 4 hours was a stretch. We made so many stops. Eventually we make it to the hotel and we're staying at the W in Singapore in the Sentosa Cove neighborhood. When we got to the front desk, they gave us these little juices, and the Ugandan in me was trying so hard not to take this like a shot. So we're finally checked in and we make our way to the hotel room, and it had this cute little vibe. I couldn't really describe it, but the aesthetic was definitely different from Malaysia. And after all those hours of driving, all I wanted to do was go to the spa. This was a complimentary service to all hotel guests, so I definitely took advantage of it. But after the spa, I decided to just go take a walk around the neighborhood. The very next day was my birthday, and all I wanted to do was go sightseeing, so we hired someone to drive us around, and the first place he took us to was the Gardens by the Bay. The gardens, of course, were so beautiful. Loved seeing all the flowers and the different cultures also being infused in plants. I'm here to represent for all the shy girlies that are vlogging. 2024 is our year. So we continued our tour. This is the oldest hotel in Singapore and it looks so nice. They really take care of their things here. We continued our tour to the Haji Lane street food area and then also went walking around the neighborhood a bit more. Our tour guide then took us to the Jewel Airport, which is an airport in Singapore, and he took us there because they have this gorgeous waterfall which we did not expect, but I guess it's one of Singapore's attractions. This was one of my favorite things to see while in Singapore. It's the Marina Bay Sands Hotel, and it's also the same one from the movie Crazy Rich Asian. So the next day, I took an Uber to Universal Studios. As soon as I knew that there was one in the country, I knew that I had to go. Y'all, I rode on almost every ride, and I went on the Mummy twice. That's the whole reason I came, because it's my favorite. And after a long day of having fun, I went back to the hotel for a swim. Sadly, our few days in Singapore were over and it was time to head back to Malaysia. So this time, coming back to the Ritz, we decided to get a suite because we wanted to be together. This room change was such a good choice because this was the view from my room. This is the second tallest building in the world, the Merdeka 118. The very next day, we decided to go ahead and tour Malaysia since we hadn't done that earlier in our trip. We started our tour at the chocolate factory, buying as much chocolate as we could. We definitely took advantage of that buy 4 get 1 free. Next, we went to the boutique factory where they had a whole bunch of different fabrics for sale. There was also a lady who was doing the hand painting, and they were teaching a class for kids. The very next stop was to the Batu Caves, where they have this very regal statue of one of their gods, as well as this famous staircase with the temples in the cave. So we decided to challenge ourselves by climbing up just like everyone else, and y'all, it was not easy. We finally made it to the top, and we could see what all the hype was about. It is such a beautiful place, and it definitely feels very special. Then we made a quick trip to the King's Palace, the first post office in Malaysia, and the National Mosque. We made our way to the Chinese Temple as the last tour destination. It was so special, so I tried not to film as much as I could. However, I couldn't resist, and this is me trying not to be awkward. In Malaysia and Singapore, you have such a special place in my heart. Terima kasih! Bye, cousins!